where the night shift staff experienced something truly unsettling. A new nurse started working with them, but he was unlike anyone they had ever met. It all began when the regular night shift team started noticing a new face. He was a male nurse, always impeccably dressed in crisp, white scrubs. He was efficient, quiet, and seemed to be everywhere at once. Whenever a patient needed help or an emergency arose, he was the first to respond. The other nurses were initially grateful. The night shift can be grueling, and having an extra pair of capable hands was a blessing. They called him Amin, but as the weeks turned into months, strange things started to happen. The nurses noticed that Amin only ever worked the night shift. No one had ever seen him during the day. He never clocked in or out, never took a break, and never joined them for a late-night coffee. When they tried to make small talk, he would just offer a faint, polite smile and continue with his work. His presence was comforting yet deeply unnerving. One of the senior nurses, Fatima, grew particularly suspicious. She decided to check the hospital's employment records. She searched for Amin and every possible variation of the name. Nothing. She checked the weekly schedules, the payroll, the HR database. It was as if he didn't exist, at least not on paper. He was a ghost on the hospital staff. Fatima brought her concerns to her colleagues. At first, they dismissed it as an administrative error, but then they started sharing their own odd encounters. One nurse recalled seeing Amin in 2 different wings of the hospital at the exact same time. Another mentioned how a critically ill patient made a miraculous recovery after Amin had spent the entire night by their bedside, just watching over them. The patient later said the nurse's presence felt ancient and powerful. The most chilling story came from a junior nurse named Omar. He was struggling to insert N-for-line into a dehydrated patient. After several failed attempts, he felt a calm hand on his shoulder. It was Amin. Without a word, Amin took the needle and, with impossible precision, inserted it perfectly on the first try. Omar looked up to thank him, but Amin was gone. He had vanished from the room, which had only one door that Omar was blocking. The stories piled up. Patients would describe a kind nurse who comforted them through the night, but their descriptions never matched any registered staff member. They spoke of a man with an aura of immense peace and an old-world wisdom in his eyes. The staff realized they weren't dealing with an unregistered employee. They were dealing with something not of this world. In many cultures, there are stories of benevolent spirits, or jinn, who sometimes interact with humans. These beings are said to live in a world parallel to our own. While some are mischievous, others are known to be helpful, even protective. The nurses came to a startling conclusion. Amin was a jinn, a guardian spirit who had taken it upon himself to watch over the sick and the vulnerable during the darkest hours of the night. Once they understood, their fear turned into a quiet reverence. They stopped questioning his presence and accepted him as their silent, spectral colleague. They would leave a cup of tea out for him, which would always be empty by morning. They felt protected, knowing that their mysterious night nurse was watching over them and their patients. He continued his work, a silent phantom gliding through the hospital corridors, a testament to the idea that help can come from the most unexpected and unseen places. What do you think? Could a spirit really dedicate itself to caring for the sick? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more mysteries from the shadows. Thanks for watching.